over the edge. Feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another beautiful Saturday. It's back for game day Saturday here at XP League Mantis. It's another Saturday here where we're going to be playing. We're going to be casting the silver and gold games for the 12 Pacific Standard Time. Sorry, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard and 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. First up is going to be silver, and then the next one will be gold. So we'll be watching, I believe, 2 hours. It's going to be 4 games, 2 of each division. Same as usual, guys. It should be more or less the same lobby count as previous weeks. We shouldn't be seeing any new teams sign up throughout the season. So our player count, I believe, will be sitting at, let me double check, current queue for this one. We should be expecting a full lobby, it looks like, but we are sitting currently halfway through. Mantis, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Looks like the socials need to be fixed, but other than that, yeah, this is going to be an exciting match, and hoping to see some good plays from these players and see how well they've improved in the past week or so.
We're actually halfway through. We're actually past the halfway through marker of the season. So we only have about a few more weeks left throughout the rest of the season. And then we'll be back again next season, back stronger than ever. We do know that we've been pivoting and working. XP League has been working on a lot of things behind the scenes with a lot of things going on. But stay tuned for all of that, guys. A lot of big changes coming your way. Players, parents, families, coaches, staff. It should be a great positive push in the positive direction for every single person. We're still at 55, so it might be a few minutes before we actually get into the game, Mantis. So let's go ahead and take a break, guys. We're going to take a small break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right just before the game starts, and it should be about a few minutes, guys. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yep, we'll see you soon.
Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up. Tonight, we're gonna let it up, babe. Tonight, we're gonna let it up. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna let it up. Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for game number 1. This is going to be game 1 of the 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Silver Division. We are in game number 1. These games are being played on East right now. Right now, we're taking a look at Ackworth. Looks like they're going to be flying over to the right side of the map right now. This island actually is a really good spawn location, Mantis. The reason is there's actually a vault that can be activated with all members of their party present. And then once they have activated, there's about, I believe, 3 or 4 guaranteed crates that have guaranteed heals. They have weapons in them. Materials, not too big of an issue because there's plenty of wood and rocks to be harvested around. And it looks like they are going to rush the vault. And then after, there's actually an easy rotation out simply because there's rifts that you can hit to rotate out. So this is actually a really, really good spawn, to be honest, for these guys.
Yeah, by looking at
over.
a couple of little islands, you wouldn't expect there to be much resources there, but it does work out quite nicely.
I mean, as you can see right now, you're seeing the players. Yep. So there's about 3-4 chests in their Mantis, and it looks like they have a decent amount of starting loot, some heals and stuff like that. As long as there's no one else on the adjacent islands, this strategy is actually really, really viable. You just have to be careful about getting shot out of the air when you rotate out. That's about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those rifts can be a bit risky.
All right, now we're hopping on over to, looks like behind Logjam. This is going to be a duo trio right now. They're just getting their materials up. Both of them are actually quite low. I'm not sure exactly what happened to them. But now we're hopping on over to XP League Irvine. It looks like Irvine right now is going to be looting the bridge over by the Spider-Man spawn.
Yep, and
If
they
you're not
certainly
sure
do
what
have
these
those Spider-Man mythics already.
Well, if you actually, there's actually an update that happened this week where you can now carry up to 2, or no, sorry, you can carry multiple Spider-Man gloves. So you could actually have, in theory, 5 times 4, and each Spider-Man carrying 80 charges. You could actually have 400 charges of Spider-Man, essentially just continuing to zip around the map the whole game. It is possible.
It sounds fun, but I don't think you'll get that far without any actual weapons.
I mean, you never know, right? You never know.
Yeah.
We'll see. So it looks like they have a shield keg. This is actually one of the newer items right here that we're looking at that he just picked up. What the shield keg does is basically you throw it down and it allows players to rejuvenate their shields. I believe it does a total of around 125 or 150. And obviously 100 is the maximum, so it does more than needed, but it's really, really useful team healing solution. You can use it while you guys are boxed up. It doesn't actually take up any time, so you throw it down and you can continue holding your walls and fighting if needed. Very, very useful item. So they're just going to continue looting up and trying to get their materials up. They do have rotation out, so zone's not going to be an issue for them.
We are looking at, who's that team? I can't read the text.
It's going to be Ackworth.
Ackworth, that's right. All right. Still on
So
the
another
outer edge
Ackworth
of the
team.
map. Looks like the zone is looking good for them.
Their loot.
Oh, yeah. That's 2
Their loot's
legendaries.
looking really nice.
The Spider-Man mythic and a lot of shields. That's looking really good, yeah. Nothing to complain about there. Again, with the zone, they don't have to travel for quite a while. And the second zone won't be as far as the first zone could be. So they're looking good for the first part of the game.
These guys are in a really good spot here, Mantis. Looks like they're probably just going to continue trying to, farm up their materials, figuring out what loot they want to carry into the mid game here. And it's going to be a pretty slow, easy start from them right now. Taking a look at, not sure what location this is, but it looks like they have 1 PC player and 2 Xbox players. They're just outside Greasy Grove. There is a Spider-Man spawn here. I'm not exactly sure if they're going to go for that next, but it looks like they're trying to rotate over there. Player is walking in a very rigid fashion.
Yeah, I think they're looking for a zone rotation as well, because it does look like it's going to be quite a far walk for them. And they do need to keep that in mind. It looks like, yeah, they are nearing that Spider-Man mythic as well. Not ridiculously far, but still something noticeable to keep in mind. But yeah, it's so far we haven't seen any interactions between teams, at least that we have found. Potentially there was one earlier with the lower health team we saw, although I suspect it was just fall damage. Yeah.
Oh, and we do have players by the tents. The tents have actually been a point of contingency in XP League this season because a lot of the players... Oh, we just saw it happen. So we just saw a player pull out the Mythic MK from his tent, which actually... There's actually only one Mythic in the game, usually, without the use of a tent, which you can only get from the Foundation, which is by the... I believe it is called the Sanctuary. Yep, it's going to be the Sanctuary. So there's technically only one available per lobby, but with the use of tents, you can actually spawn as many as you needed, as long as the players do have them available. So I actually think it's pretty nice because then instead of one person having a mythic, you give everyone else a chance essentially, as long as they've taken proper precautions and proper measures to have this ready for game day.
Yeah, it does make the games less like of an individual match. It becomes a sort of big picture gameplay standard,
Right. Something that's actually really different in Fortnite. You've never seen anything like that in the previous seasons. It's always game per game, with one game not having any effect on another. But this tent changes it all. Oh.
Looks like someone took a rift or a wind current.
I believe it was a rift. There's actually a rift right under, and I believe they might be dropping on. And it looks like we're seeing a fight break out right now between Ford's Freedom, Pancake Ninja. Actually, no, there is actually a fight.
Yep,
I thought they were shooting the shark for a second.
I did too. They have spotted an enemy going across that lake, barely taking cover behind that building. Although
and he has a dual barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
I like to point out that this is an exotic shotgun that has a passive ability. Oh, and it looks like he's just in there, not taking a shot.
Ooh. Oh, he's trying to get the high ground. Get that med kit off while
It's
he's got
actually kind of a smart
spot.
play. And his team just finishes off the rest of that fight. And he used I'm not sure if that was intentional there, but he actually used his shotgun to boost himself into the attic of that building and was able to keep himself away from danger.
Yeah, I wonder if his walking into the house as well was intentional or not, because it seemed to catch the enemies off guard after he didn't shoot at them.
It did. It was kind of interesting there because we just saw him walk in, say hello to the enemies, and it took him a moment, but he did take a second to line up his shot, and he did hit for 120 with one shot. So that was kind of devastating for the other team, and all the other team had to do was just come in and finish up the fight essentially. That's
right. Looks like they've got that bridge back now. Moving on, we are looking at... You gotta tell me, I can't tell.
It's gonna be XP Brookfield. This is gonna be Brookfield that we're taking a look at. It looks like they're pushing onto another team right now. We are seeing them on the edge of zone, so they probably don't have to worry too much about the third party as other people do. This season there is a lot of spray, so they just have to get in. It looks like it's a solo.
Fight,
Solo gets picked off.
Oh, not solo. He did get knocked first, but it did in this situation. He was alone. He's got a team somewhere around though.
This team could be in the bush. They could be right nearby. We don't know, actually.
It doesn't look like they're gonna aggress because it would be a 3v2 situation likely, if they did push it, and it could be risky. They might come back for a reboot card later though.
Yep, that's right. That's a good point that you bring up because Mantis, I think this game actually, out of all the games that exist right now, has the longest. All the games with the reboot mechanic. Fortnite has the longest reboot timer. I believe it's about, give or take, 5 minutes on the reboot. So you have 5 minutes to grab your player's team card before it expires, giving yourselves a chance to reboot your teammate if you're able to find a reboot van.
Pretty big advantage compared to a lot of other games like this. Which
speaking of reboot,
have them. Yeah, there you go.
Speaking of reboot, we are seeing this is XP League North.
Oh, didn't see
Orange
those
County.
shots coming from the right. Oh, got beamed down. Luckily, he did get a teammate back up. Hopefully, he'll be able to pick him back up
dropping the
as well.
teammate ammo and weapons, and it looks like Pasilas.
Oh, they got pushed hard after that takedown.
Out.
Yeah. That was unfortunate timing there. I think that enemy team was probably watching them do the reboot, waiting for a chance to get that kill. And they actually got another point for getting that second kill as well.
And there's actually a third party coming in. This is the third party team shooting them from on top of the hill. They're just trying to get some tags on our team right now. It looks like they're sitting on the very... Oh, and there's a snipe coming in right there. And they have another team right behind them. This is going to be a pinch, Mantis.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a tricky situation for this team. Going in with that Spider-Man mythic.
It looks like the other team has... Yep.
Yep.
The other team has a Spider-Man mythic, so they're just going to get hopped in. The only option that they have is to just all in one of the players and take it fight by fight. Otherwise, they're going to get pinched. The grenade's coming in, and it takes out the team.
With those grenades and the fights coming from both sides, they just couldn't do anything about it. Although
There's
we might
too
be
much to have
seeing
to pay
a battle
attention there.
between these two teams as well. Over this loot, potentially. Yep, there's some shots coming in. Nothing too heavy, though. They were pretty far in the distance, just sort of taking shots. I don't know if they're going to come in from that far away.
All right, man. I'm gonna need you to take over for just 1 second while I confirm something with the lobby.
All right. Looking at this, he's just selecting loot. I mean, not much to see at the moment. He's got oh, he is actually solo at the moment. Going over to this reboot van. Very impressive speed tunneling there. And he's got a protective barrier up, which we didn't see before. We're getting that second reboot though.
Actually, a player that looks like he should be in the gold division, to be completely honest with you guys. Looks like he is in an engagement right now with another player.
He was able to get that reboot
for the 105, and
off
he's getting shot from behind as well. He has to pay attention to two angles right now.
Splitting up the
He's gonna
teammates
all
with
in
that
one of the
box
players here.
was amazing.
He's down to a sliver of HP here, Mantis. He has to try and run away from this, try to heal up, or he has to get out of here as quickly as possible.
Well, he's also just rebooted his teammates, so his teammate's also not going to be able to help him too much without any weapons. Hopefully they can get something out of it, though. Ooh, that looks like that was the rest of that team getting taken out here. Kaz, how many players are left in this game? What are we looking at?
So, it looks like there is currently 11 squads left with 21 players, Mantis.
All right. About 2 players per team on average. Looks like we got another build fight going on right here.
Oh, and that's the flare weapon coming in. Let me just go on a little tangent about the flare weapon right there. So the flare weapon is actually good. You can use it as a mini UAV/recon. In addition to that, it actually also burns builds. So what you're going to be seeing is people using it to kind of scout out enemies, as well as using it to, flush out their opponents from.
Ooh, stealing that build
buildings.
on the roof there was very helpful for that fight. Taking control of the angles there. He got the elimination. He is the only one remaining on his team at the moment. All right, moving over here, we've got looks like a fight breaking out, shooting down towards the coast. I think they've spotted some remnants from the fights that we've just been watching. Might be that solo player we were just watching as well. There's some other shooting going on in the distance on that hill. Looks like 4 teams in the area potentially. Yep.
Oh, and they knew there was a player down below. That's why they were shooting below.
Yeah.
Now it all makes sense.
Trying to get the angle on him. Ooh. Ooh, he gets the kill. That is... Whoa, wow. Is that the player who was solo? Well, he is now anyways. Wait, what's going on there? I'm confused. Oh, no, he's got a teammate. Let's see. All right. Jumping over to Coney Crossroads. We've got a very small circle remaining with about 16 players left, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
The fights are
A lot of good loot here.
as frequent as I would expect for the circle being this small, but that is pretty... it makes sense considering there are only 7 teams remaining as well.
There are 15 players. We're going in the 4th zone here. So as we're seeing several teams just getting ready. This team right here is in the back of zone, so they're going to have to rotate in here. They don't have too much time to be sitting in this bush, but I believe they are waiting for an adjacent team to rotate out as well.
Yeah, it does look like
But
they
being
have
on
a
the
lot of,
edge...
physical cover to rotate to the left with that river and the bank next to it. They should be able to
They
move
do have a
forward
decent
bit.
amount of material, so they could build in if they needed. But that could be something that they haven't worked on quite yet, would be their rotations and tunneling in. Now, there is a player just out in the open. I don't know if
I
they
don't
see
think
him,
they
if they're
spotted
going to
him,
shoot him or
yeah.
not. But oh, and there goes the
They are
rotation.
rotating,
Looks
though,
like they
yeah.
are beginning to rotate in towards zone. You're seeing a lot of builds here from a previous fight. There is a player here on height. They're noticing that, so they're going to go ahead and decide to... Oh, no.
Someone just
Yep,
jumped
all
out
right.
of there. It looks like there are 3 teams in the area.
A little bit of back and
3
forth
or
decision
4,
making
yeah.
going on here.
I think taking height would probably be a good decision. Looks like they've decided to just jump out, get as far into the next zone as possible out of that potential chaos. And that does seem
So
to
they're
work
going to
out
hit the
pretty
launch
well.
pad, and they're in a really good zone here. They are in the backside of the zone. I believe this is going to be the dead side, where there's the least amount of players, the least amount of action, the least amount of congestion here. Also, with that being said, the chance of them being seen is the lowest right now, as long as nobody looks at them. I believe everyone else is more or less just looking at the other people being aggressive in the lobby, just looking out for other threats at their level.
Yeah,
per se.
that's definitely the only reason they were able to survive that jump across.
Oh! We just saw a play.
Oh, he
Uh-oh.
spotted him. He does not have any shields, taking 25 damage there. They are getting pushed by the zone as well.
They're just gonna creep in here, Mantis. I think they're just gonna play the edge of zone. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I believe. Wait,
I mean, they're
this might
forced
be
into
another
the
team.
open as well, though. Yeah, I think oh yeah, right there in the bush. You saw it for a second. We're about to run into a fight here. It is a 2v4, I believe. Not looking too good. One player's gotten taken down. Trying to get out of there even. They did have the advantage being outside of the fight, although they couldn't see him in the bush.
Oh, and it looks like
Gets
he's getting
beamed from
shot from
other
almost
teams,
every
yeah.
angle.
Ooh, and another team
Another
shot
team
him
in
from
another bush.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Oh man.
All right, so we're seeing FC. This is a solo player. He does have a knock player on his team, but he is not. Or sorry, player is thirsted, so he is a solo at this moment. He's gonna need to rotate in here. He does have the mythic MK going for him, so he might be able to knock his opponents. Doesn't have too much ammo though. That's the other thing he has to consider.
Oh yeah, you're right. He does have.
There's another player right
limited
next to him.
materials as well. Only wood. Oh, he's trying to get those hit markers. Oh, got a 25. Another. There we go. Takes that kill. Great work there.
He's gonna need to grab this materials and the ammo here if he wants to have a chance of continuing on.
Yep.
Did he grab the... Oh, not too much ammo, not too much materials, but it should be enough to keep him going. I
Ooh,
mean, this
breaks half that
MK
shield.
shoots...
Yeah, that is
MK shoots
ridiculously
really
powerful.
quickly.
Just jumping in, jumping out. Looks like he probably spotted the guy in the river there, but he's got to take some time to reset his weapons. Actually, I don't know if he spotted.
Oh,
the one
and you're
in
seeing
the
a
river.
player stuck in zone right now with his team right now.
Oh,
He might get knocked to zone.
no. He did. That is unfortunate, although they are kind of stuck in this build. They do need to keep building because there's just people everywhere around the edge here. Hopefully they can get that player back up.
Oh, we're seeing right now I believe this is Team Ackworth fighting another team right now. That was XP Salt Lake City versus Ackworth. Salt Lake City is a solo. I believe that other Ackworth player is a solo as well. Everyone here has
Powerful
to be
shot.
really careful not to get... Uh-oh.
I don't think he
We
knows where
might
he
see
is,
a
though.
fight break out here.
Oh, he did.
Oh.
He certainly did, and he was able to capitalize on that poor positioning underneath those builds. And reset for his next fight. Although it does look like the zone is pushing up on him pretty soon, so he might... no, he's good.
Oh, but he's
Yeah,
good. He's good. He's popped the shield and he's out. Oh, but he is getting looked out. The other players are in zone, so this guy has to rotate in.
Ooh.
I believe that person just shooting him as well wasn't in zone
I don't
either.
believe
This
so.
team that we're looking at is a full trio here, Mantis. These guys have a pretty good chance of winning it, I think.
That's for sure. How many players are remaining in the match? It looks like 7.
There's actually going to be 7 total players remaining with 4 teams.
That is
This is going to be
team
the
and
only
4
solo team.
Yeah, 4 other
Or sorry,
solos.
this is the only full team that we have
4
right
other
here.
solos.
Oh, and they are getting shot at by another team that looks like one of them getting beamed. They're gonna have to recoup some of their HP if they intend on going up for height here.
Those other
Going up for height as a
players-
trio could be their best play.
Those other players taking shots at them is brave, being solo against this only trio, but they do seem to be sort of cooperating in a way. All of the solo players are kind of focusing this one trio at the moment. It seems like, anyway. I'm not sure if it's on purpose or not, but that's how it seems to be working out. Looks like they are slowly fighting for this site here.
Oh, and it looks like they're trying to take the peek shots on each other. One of the players caught in his builds for a second, and that second was all his opponents needed. But it looks like he overpeaked as well, so his opponents were able to shoot. Oh! Ooh. Oakland tarping on over and cleans up this kill.
Ooh, that other team's got height, though. Major height. Does not look like this player's going to be able to move around enough to get out of here. Trying to use that metal and keep himself up, but they are going to have to start moving soon here, as the zone is also coming in on them. It looks like it's going to be a battle of materials. Ooh, huge wall there blocking that. 180
XP
damage.
League Oakland 1 is double editing and triple editing. He's tarping into zone. He's staying ahead. He's solo trioing. Who is this quote-unquote silver player?
That is pretty crazy. Oh man, we've got 3 layers going right now, I believe. Oh, insane attempt there.
Oh, it's a 1v1.
That,
he made it into a 1v1, Mantis. Yep. It's a 1v1 now. He's going to be using this. He's going to be using a Spider-Man Mythic, which is essentially an infinite grappler to grab these weapons.
Is not able to quite reach some of that stuff, but he's probably going to go for another grapple up there. Since that
looks like he's looking for the opening. Manages to take his opponent's shield off right there. That's all he needs to try and go for the grapple.
Ooh,
his opponent should be trying to Ooh, and he's trying to go for the high ground retake.
Builds to get underneath that. Although the zone is preventing him from taking a swing around it.
It is, but his opponent is also doing an amazing job maintaining height as well, Mantis.
Yep. Certainly, they
he's
are.
Out of materials, and he decides to drop down, and all he has to do is just spray his opponent down at this point.
He's just got to break the metal piece that's holding up all of the structures. And there it is. There is that elimination. Going back. Casters.
XP League Oakland 1 taking home the victory route for game number 1. Quote unquote, what an amazing quote unquote silver player.
I know, right?
Blowing everyone out of the lobby there, but nonetheless an amazing end game play. That was amazing to watch. That was a 1v3 situation. We saw him stay ahead of zone. He didn't really worry about the fights too much. All he did was, make sure that he was in a good spot in zone, making sure to stay ahead, making sure not to get caught behind. And it looks like he was a little more prepared for the end game there than the other guys, and he took advantage of the situation and he turned it into a 1v1 there.
Yeah, he was just playing super defensively until it was a 1v1, and at that point there's nothing else to do but kill the other player. And that worked out really well for them. So we will be right back, as the second match for the silver teams is going to begin shortly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for game number 2. This is going to be game number 2 of the 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Silver Division. Right now, we're taking a look at, it looks like one of the teams getting shredded off beam, and it looks like his teammate goes down. We're taking a look at Tilted Towers. This is actually... I'm not sure if you remember playing in the previous seasons, but during the original chapters, this was a this is probably the single most contested, the single most popular point of interest within the game of Fortnite itself. Tilted Tower, such an iconic point of interest, such an iconic location. You see so many buildings, so many towers here, plenty of loot. You probably see no less than, on average, 5 teams here, and it's insane because it has enough loot, it has enough chests, it has enough materials to support those 5 teams as well. Thing is, there's a lot of close quarters action here, and there's a lot of angles that you have to be careful about when you're like rotating across in the open. But when you're fighting in the buildings, it's actually a lot of fun here.
It's kind of like a pre-made box fight in a way, you know. You've got these stairs and builds already here for you. Although, like, the advantage and disadvantage to... Ooh, hiding in a stair.
I actually did not know this was possible. That might be the smartest strategy ever. He must be standing on top of the toilet, because otherwise the player could just look under and see his feet. Very realistic, by the way, in that aspect.
Yeah, so the advantage of buildings is that you can't tell where someone is, but the disadvantage is everything is pre-built, so you can't edit.
Exactly. So now we're taking a look at Exoto's YouTube. Oh, one of the players gets sniped. He looks like he's down to a sliver of HP.
He does not have any medicine or anything to help him back up.
No shields. They're just going to have to commit to this fight, Mantis. But what he does have is 2 mythics. I'm not sure it'll help him here. But instead of running away, it looks like they're going to decide to go in, actually.
Getting a bit of damage off on those players. It looks like they're just sort of holding him down by breaking those structures. And the teammate has an angle on him too, so they're focusing his teammate more than him at the moment. Trying to get those sniper shots out too. Unfortunately, it's not able to get those connections.
It's the spider web gonna be the spider web was the obstruction there. You actually can't shoot through these spider webs. Also, thing to note is our player here actually has no ammo left.
Yeah, it seems like they were just starting to loot and they ran into this altercation.
Ooh, this is a sticky situation here, Mantis. We're talking 3 mats, we're talking 3 builds. He has not even one full clip of his AR. He has 22. He does have Spider-Man Mythic and a sniper, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think the play here is to rotate out. Oh, and he's trying to go for his team's reboot card. He's just trying to go for it. He's just trying to go for it, and it's not gonna be enough.
Ooh,
he has no builds left.
But that's all he got. Oh man, low health. Almost was able to hide in that bush, but he had that enemy on his tail.
It's not enough for him.
Yeah.
So his opponents there are going to go ahead and pick up the kill. Looks like they're getting the upgrade on the assault rifle. They're going to get the mythics. They do have some shields for themselves. And white health, not too big of an issue this early on as long as they don't get pushed by another team. We do see Sut's house get rebooted there. That's going to be a player from that's going to be a player from Irvine. Now hopping on over to Ackworth, just outside Lumberyard, right over Shifty Shafts Hill. It looks like they are rotating over to the lake. They might be heading towards the Spider-Man Bridge right now. We'll go ahead and keep an eye on them and see how things play out. We'll be back to them.
That's right. We've got... huge... man, that was a lot of excitement to
and it looks
into.
like Pancake Ninja 306 takes out CTX team. It's going to be Pancake Ninja with another kill. His teammates Royal Snipesy and Forts for Freedom 2.0. They're just outside zone here, Mantis, so they don't have to worry about the rotation too much. They don't have too much materials, but... Oh, also, on this point of what we're seeing right now, in the previous seasons, you could not actually sit on top of a vehicle. If it was a 2-seater maximum, you could only rotate with 2 people. What you could do is you could hit them into zone because there was no fall damage. But now they changed that and you can actually sit on top of the car. Yep. You can actually sit on top of a car now. So that's pretty interesting. Speaking of Spider-Man Bridge, we're taking a look at the spawn location for the Spider-Man gloves. just outside of Tilted between Shifty below Logjam. I'm not sure if this is the team that claimed... Oh, it is. So this is the team that did claim the Spider-Man Mythics. Looks like they're just trying to get their stuff ready for the mid-game here. They're going to be looking for ammo, they're going to be looking for materials, and maybe some heals for this team.
Oh, the player you just saw for a second was on 1 health. I don't know if we can get back to it. I don't know what happened to it, but alright. That's a tough situation. Moving on, though. Looks like we've got... where are we? Shifty Shafts. Usually a pretty popular place, although not necessarily with the way that these teams have been spreading out across the map.
I think what it is it's the mythics that are actually causing people to play differently than how you would normally play or rotate. People going out of their way to, you know, either grab the mythics themselves or to shoot the teams that are going to go grab the mythics. It's usually one or the other. Oh, we're seeing a fight right here, I think.
Box fight. Looks like he's found his target. There are other teammates remaining for that enemy because he was only knocked. May or may not be in the area.
And it looks like this is actually the team they're fighting actually is going to be the Irvine team. Not exactly sure which location we're spectating right now, but I do know that they are fighting the Irvine team. He's on the wall of the box. They're trying to take the wall. Looks like they're going to get it out. 105.
2v1 takes them both down. Oh no, he's got 2v2, but still. They were stuck in that box and unable to move from that position. This team has control over this reboot van too. So any other enemy team...
That's actually exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It looks like they were only a duo going into that fight, which was a trio. But unfortunately, I believe that team just got freshly rebooted, so that's why one of the players only had a pistol.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they just sort of held control there. Spotted an enemy up on that branch trying to knock down that platform. Give him some fall damage there. I don't think he took any. He's trying to get their high ground.
Oh.
Takes a lot of damage from that. Getting beamed. He's
Player
trying
gets
to
his
get
shield
those,
ripped off, but he does have
back.
a lot of heals here, Mantis. He does have 4 minis and he does have the Chili Chug Splash. However, it's just up to his teammates to try and help him out in this situation. One of them, not too much of help because they did just get rebooted. So
Yeah. Got those Chug Splashes going off. He's definitely...
he has a lot of... He has really good loot too, so he could force the fight here.
I
This
think
might be
he's
the
got
best...
a chance right now. Looks like... oh, someone right behind him. Didn't see... taking down that downed enemy. Looks like his teammates in there. Oh! And they have found that one. One more enemy remaining on that team, I believe.
Oh, and another player comes in. He gets hit with the ATV. The ATV rips off his shield. He's gonna... All he has is his minis. He must heal. Oh,
Breaks
26.
that shield.
And he has to reload. And he misses the shotgun shot. It's a 50-50. He gets taken down. He has to pay the price for it. Now it's 1 player left.
1v1. Oh, and they lose the 1v1.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
man, he was on
XPL
12 health.
FC.
14. Oh no, that's
That
not
fight
fair.
actually could have gone either
Yeah.
way, Mantis. Let's be
It really could.
completely honest.
That was an insane clutch from this player.
And I believe the reboots for his teammates are right next to him, and it hasn't been 5 minutes.
They now have
So
control over the reboot van as well. Oh, there was that player with 1 health again. Maybe that's a bug.
it's got to
Yeah.
be a bug.
Yeah.
Yep. Taking a look at Blue Furball. This team was actually by that last fight. They might go in third party this.
Oh yeah, there's the build fortress from before. Right on that.
And you're seeing another player on the right. I don't think they saw him. There's also a llama to the right on the hill. And also another player just got rebooted.
Ooh,
oh my
they
gosh, there's
know
so much
what's-
going on
and
right
they're
now.
seeing it happen. They could see that beam from the sky. Ooh, getting caught
100.
off guard. Oh man. Another 100.
Oh my gosh.
Knocks one.
Oh my gosh.
Breaks shield on another. Breaks shield on the other as well, I believe. The rest of their team might be able to push in on that.
Well, actually, that was a duo that we saw. So the other team,
Risky.
there it is. There's the duo.
He gets the second
The
knock.
duo
It's a
sneaks in
1v1
from behind
now.
the builds. Yep, it is a 1v1. He just has to clean this up. Also, keep in mind, Mantis, there's that one other player that was going for the llama
Right.
behind them. There's actually one other person in this zone
Looks
right
like
now.
he was able to
right next to them.
succeed at that 1v1, but let's see if the if he's able to survive beyond this point, or if he may fall into the same trap that that other team did by trying to reboot his buddy and getting caught out.
He might want to reboot here, actually.
Well, that's
Yes, they are going to be in zone. However, they're going to have all this loot to be able to grab, and they do have. Looks like there's plenty of white heals for them. So as long as they have 2 launch pads as well, so I think they're okay here. They have maximum match. They have everything they need is right here, and they're going to tank a little bit of zone damage for it, but it's going to be worth it because they'll be able to recoup it.
Yeah, it looks good.
No
With
problem.
that zone, they're not at risk of any other team coming in after that reboot. So. Yeah, they should be all right. Looks like zone's getting pretty small.
We're not too far from the
10
zone
teams
as well,
left,
though.
25 players. See how that's going over here. Spider-Manning across the map. Getting shot from behind, trying to escape that battle. Looks like they're trying to take
XPL
out
Augusta is a solo here.
Ooh, they're trying to break his builds down. Let's see, zone coming in though. They were able to break his builds, but he didn't take any damage. He was able to escape the zone with that mythic. Ooh, takes a lot of damage and then dies there with the broken web.
Fall damage. Yep. Unfortunate. Oh, we saw another player across just get their shields ripped off. We're seeing a little bit of tagging going forward. Is this the third party? I think we're witnessing a third party right
I
now.
believe so. It looks like they were looking at that last battle, and right in between them is where that one player died with the web. It looks like they're pushing up on this building here.
Big Joe. Big Joe's gonna push this. Big Joe's gonna push this. He wants to get in. He knows the player's being
only
res
one
right now. He
player.
missed the shot. Down to the last player.
1v1. Oh man, it's a battle of
and then
aim
third
now.
party for the
Looks
other
like they blocked him in. He had to take down that wall. Oh, he was able to though. Oh man, they're both clipped into the floor. Oh, it's one player left on that other team. Let's see. I don't think they're gonna go for that with the 1v1. He's got all of the loot next to him. Let's see.
That was kind of a sticky situation there with 2 of the players clipping the floor, so he couldn't actually get a proper fight in right there and get the proper footing for it. All right, we're seeing one of the duos right now. This is a duo trio. Looks like they're actually... Oh, this is the team from earlier that they did the Storm reboot. So they're already in. They got the Spider-Man Mythics for that quick rotate in. Looks like they're on the dead side here as well, so they don't have to worry too much about what their game plan is. I believe everyone else is still busy trying to get situated rotating in right now.
Oh, he's getting knocked. Oh, he's able to escape the storm, but he is knocked still.
Wait.
I think the Spider-Man mythic pulled him in while he was knocked. Unfortunately, it was not an optimal position.
That was the first I've ever seen before. I've never seen somebody get knocked and their Spider-Man still continue to activate.
Yeah, interesting, because usually you'd see them get shot down. Looks like...
So you're saying revisualized, make use of the steel reinforced walls here. He's going to be boxed up. However, he does have to break himself out now, and zone is rotating and pushing him out right here.
He's taking 2 damage per second. Sorry. Yeah, 2 damage per second. 2 or 4. And it's...
This is going to be... it's 2 damage currently, but it is going to be 5 damage when the zone finishes. Oh, and the players do a 50-50. And it looks like Revisualized is the one with the better aim today.
Look like the teammate is looking at him. Don't know if he's going to be his escape. He did not, but he did get that kill.
And the cleanup.
Looks like they're looting the remains in that storm. 10 players are remaining.
So full trio here.
This is probably one of the last full teams. 5 teams.
There's actually
players.
5 squads left.
So
it's like they're in the back right now, just healing. Everyone else is going to be... I believe it is 2 teams of trios, and everyone else would be a solo. I could be mistaken, though. We'll keep an eye on this zone. Ackworth here in the back of zone. They do have a very advantageous position for getting tags off, but we do know that they're going to have to rotate in, so they're going to have to get off this height a little bit. They do have about 40 seconds till zone starts closing, and that's until it just starts closing.
It looks like they are going
to be realistically about a minute,
which is going to be a bit of a struggle for them, because it does look like another
especially
team
since
is
there's already a
already
team
there.
up
Yeah,
there.
exactly. So they're going to have to, well, anyone else who's also outside of the zone is going to have to push them. It looks like that's what's going on right now. Getting him boxed up, getting that kill. Able to get some points there. It
Some
wasn't
materials
knocked,
for
though,
him.
so the remaining teammates do know he's there, and he is alone. Ooh. Trying to play it
I mean,
sneaky.
this could work
Yeah.
for Mantis as long as he doesn't get shot from behind from the players. Remember, he still has 2 other teams that have to rotate in at least.
It looks like he's trying to play like this stealth Fortnite right now. Although he's not checking behind him, which could become an issue if anyone walks up behind him. But he is definitely keeping an eye on the position of that player in the tower. And in that regard, it's working out. Not much else going on from this perspective, though. Let's see. What else
Oh,
do we
and
have?
we're seeing one of the zones. This is a team that was in the very back of zone right now. They're the last one. They actually have the furthest distance to rotate. They do see another team over there to the right behind Camp Cuddle building. Looks like they're getting shot at
I'm
now
curious to
as
see
well.
where
They're
this
gonna
next
take
zone
a
is.
moment to box up,
Let's see, in 10 seconds.
pop
yeah.
this campfire. I believe.
Yeah, he's able to get the little bit of healing. Oh, just took a lot of damage there. All right, back up in that cabin. We've got.
Just that solo from earlier,
Yeah,
I
I
believe.
believe there are 2 solos here now at the moment. Yeah, one on top of the building as well, and this one does not know there's another solo below him.
I mean, he could very well know and just
That's
be more
true.
so concerned about the full trio that he
Yeah,
does
fair
see.
enough.
Um,
I don't think he knows.
He
though.
does have-
Or he knows there's someone nearby.
He
I
has
don't know
hide right
if
here.
He knows how close. Yeah. Yeah. So he doesn't really
has the
have
best
to be
position
that
here.
concerned about it, anyways, with the height. He's just watching some
looks
of
like
these.
he's just gonna be able to take
trying
a
to
look.
get some.
Oh my
Oh man,
gosh.
that fire rate getting into the white damage there. Almost getting a kill there.
Oh,
Trying to take down that tree and break some of the or kill someone.
there's a fight going on below.
Yeah, I believe he's noticed okay, 2 solos fighting below. Looks like this one wins that battle. And the one in height is definitely noticed now.
Wow, did you see that? Can we talk about how in a silver lobby we just saw Salt Lake City 4 not only take the wall and defend himself against that, but it looks like he did a mongrel classic there. If you guys don't know what that is, basically what that is, as soon as you take a wall, you make an edit that allows you to place a ramp in the opponent's box to A, prevent their builds, and B, cut off the amount of operating room that they have within that box down to half. And then immediately after placing the ramp, as quickly as you can, you're supposed to edit the ramp in half or rotate it around, making the player get
Disoriented.
I guess disoriented, I guess, for lack of better terms, and also allow for you to drop them, displace them as well if they're on top of the ramp, and allows you to get a free shot off. That's something that we see in professional gameplay. It is a standard in professional gameplay. I'm not sure how I feel about seeing that in a silver lobby, but GG's well played to Salt Lake City, number 4. Oh,
Looks like
this is a duo.
the zone is actually closing
No,
in
this is a
on
trio.
the slope of the mountain. Not
this is the only trio that's remaining.
Okay, so it's a. I think there's. Oh, whoa. Okay.
One of the players just went
Yeah.
down, actually.
Looks like that's an easy pickup though. But oh, lots of damage coming in over here.
We're seeing a congested endgame here with only one player, just basically with dictation of how these guys are going to fight. He does have to worry about that other player who's potentially underneath him, but overall he's got the better rotation here.
Yeah, he's got to worry about the structure of his height as well because he's going to start having to rotate over the edge of that mountain. And if he's going to hold height...
We're probably going to see him drop here in a little bit. I think we're seeing a 2v...
He definitely knows where all of the remaining teams are, though. And
Oh,
he's taking shots
and he
while
gets a
moving
knock?
across that high ground.
Another knock!
Man. And another...
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
at least almost
Snipesy is dealing a lot of damage here. He is not letting these players rotate free without anything. To be honest with you, he could use this zip line.
Looks a little bit
Might
risky.
not be a bad play. He doesn't actually have to... He actually doesn't have to worry about his fall damage here. As long as he stays on top of the zipline, when he does fall, he can just hit the zipline. Oh, and it looks like he's deciding to use his builds to rotate down. He is maintaining that height. He's making sure that he does have an angle on all the players if possible.
Oh, man.
We're seeing 61 white come out from that
So
player. That
much
player is low.
damage.
That team right there is congested.
He's just
Let's go ahead and
taking
take a look
shots at everything that peeks out into his view.
Oh, no.
And it looks like the solo is trying to take advantage of the damage he's taken out, although he's now getting beamed from
He
the
got a
top.
knock. He got a knock there. So he got a knock.
Ooh,
and he gets it.
gets that
he gets
kill.
the finish.
Nice. Oh, man.
So now we're seeing a 1v1. It's high ground versus low ground. Spray of the MKs. Who has the better aim? Who has the better aim, I think?
It looks like he's trying to take down the builds below him. And it did work, although it did not effectively do anything. He took that zip line to reduce, or take the fall damage thing you were talking about. Ooh, he's got
he
low
actually
ground
ended
now,
up chopping
though.
himself out, giving up the high ground. Fortunately, he was quick to recover it. Now he's going to try to do...
Ooh, he's grabbing those
the zone
close
goes back,
range.
so he's going to be able to grab everything here. Oh, no, this is not good for the other player.
Oh, man. I think he was looking at that purple shotgun, though. He didn't pick it up.
He actually has a gold shotgun, so
he
he's not
doesn't need
concerned
that
about
one.
the shotgun rarity.
Yeah.
Oh, an opponent hops in. He gets his shield cracked in.
He's able to
so this
make
player
that
is trying
wall.
to finish it up.
Oh, and he caps him.
He's able to get back up on height here, Mantis. It's going to be a close 1v1 situation. He has to maintain height here while trying to get his heals off. He's going to be...
Oh, the other player taking 75 damage, not using cover. Oh.
Taking advantage of that rocket launcher.
Yeah, those
there,
grenades
actually.
are making extreme damage to those structures. Looks like the other player's using reinforced steel to prevent that. Although he's not going to be able to use that for long because he's got to break that and get out.
Oh, this is a weird zone. This is a weird zone. It's going to continue going straight, causing these players to drop down.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
plenty
been
of
going
old builds and teams
all around this mountain. I can't even tell where the other player is at this point. Ooh, he is pretty low
Salt
on
Lake City
health,
on a
though.
sliver of HP.
Oh, man.
He cannot take another shot right now. He has to continue building. Oh my gosh, things are getting very dangerous for him. Our player is basically essentially getting choked out on low ground here.
Playing extremely defensive, although there's not much else he can do at this point. And even if he does survive, the high ground has more health here, and
Oh, he gets the double edit on. Misses the shot.
Oh.
He did get the double edits on our player though. Can't build there.
and he gets the winning kill. Oh, insane.
Royal Snipesy.
Back in Cassiters, here we are. Insane plays again. Another long, powerful looking 1v1 at the end of the match. What do you think about that play there, Kaz?
I mean, that was amazing. Snipesy did everything. He played everything correctly there to take advantage of the situation. He maintained height the entire time. He went ahead and rotated off his height to an adjacent height, which is really good. He did end up losing low ground for a second, but it wasn't an issue because he had all the materials in the world that he needed to go for the high ground retake, which unfortunately the other player didn't do too hard, didn't try too hard to maintain. But the other player was also probably concerned about their own HP as well. They didn't have any heals. They were getting choked out by bombarded essentially by grenade after grenade on the low ground there, and it came to an end there once that player had to rotate past the reboot. And as you guys know, you cannot build at the reboots, so Snipesy did well. Both players did amazing there, and it was just unfortunate that the other player had to rotate past the reboot.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting zone, as I've been saying. Like, so much altitude change as the zone was moving around in this match. It was going up and down that mountain, just all over the place. Really interesting to watch how the players were able to handle that movement. So that was the second game for the silver matches. We will be coming back shortly for the first game for the gold matches today. And we will be back with
We'll be right back in just a few.
Yeah. See ya.
A little bit of light, a little bit of gold. Under pressure, you start to fold like a diamond from gold. Maybe you are something I cannot
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Unfortunately, we're supposed to be in game number 1 for the gold division. We're having very strange day with Fortnite today. Can't tell if it is ourselves, but we've been trying left and right solutions left and right. But it seems like the client side is having issues. We are unable to join the game to spectate this round, but we will be back to cover the next game for sure, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I apologize for our lack of being able to enter the game this one, but we will be covering the next game, which will be game number 2. Now, these games are a lot more stacked. They're a lot more fun. You're seeing a lot of high-level aggression and high-level gameplay. So don't go anywhere, and we will be back.
All right, we are back. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Actually, we're going to be covering a part of this game number 1. We didn't want to miss any of it. Not going to have game audio for this one, so we apologize, but we wanted to make sure that you could at least see how the game is playing out. Right now, it looks like we are in the second zone, first zone closing with 51 players remaining. Right now, we're taking a look at, this is the North OC team. Looks like they're just rotating in. I'm not sure if they were able to grab the mythics for themselves, but that is where they came from. It's going to be the mythic Spider-Man bridge just outside of Shifty and underneath Lumber. They're currently in the big lake right now, just north of Tilted Towers. And I think this team is probably just trying to get their heals up. They're going to get their materials, looks like their loot's ready to go. They could fight. I know that this is one of the teams that actually won 2 games in a row last week.
Oh, wow. That's pretty impressive.
Or sorry, I take it back. It was actually the North. It was the location that won both
still.
games.
All right. All right, let's see. We've got some. It looks like the remnants of a build battle here. Players just. Kaz, help me out.
Sorry, it looks like that was another team that just got done fighting in Tilted, right there. And right now we're looking at Coach, very interesting name. And QZC Piper. Actually, a lot of these names in gold are quite unique. Oh, it looks like they actually stumble upon another team.
Shotgun
that amazing
snipe.
4 damage coming in from the shotgun. I'm not sure if you caught that.
I saw that.
The 4 damage coming in, and the player is stuck on the low ground. His players have to help him aggress. Oh, and we're seeing the big damage. That was a 105 to make up for the 4 damage there, and it's going to be enough because their opponent didn't have any shields there. So now it's going to be a 2v3, I believe. It looks like he's cranking up for the high ground here. His opponents his teammates do have the boom sniper. He himself has the boom sniper.
Let's see. All right, out here.
We're seeing another team just managed to make it out with one of their teammates who was just knocked. Now we're seeing Sage of 6 Paths with Condog just rotating across the desert region. Oh, and we're seeing looks like the remnants of
another fight,
last fight.
That
was the last fight they were watching. Coach is alive. Coach is alive with Yuki, but it looks like Piper is out for the count. They're seeing the reboot come out, so they're trying to cancel that reboot. Fortunately, the reboot does get
distance there. Yep. Someone gliding in, trying to take shots through the flowers. Bit difficult to aim.
So it looks like Coach is just trying to aggress them off so that Yuki has enough time to buy his teammates the revive, which actually has happened. Piper's back up in commission now, and looks like they're going to try and force this fight if the team can't manage to get away. But it looks like the team launched away. I'm not exactly sure if they launched away or Spider-Man away, but we do know that one of the players that got rebooted wouldn't have a mythic, so I'm assuming it was a launch pad. 39 players left. Zone is closing towards the southern side of the map. We're seeing this team right now looking to have the most promising loot of all the teams we've seen so far.
That's for sure.
Looks like Sage of 6 Paths actually pushing another team right now. It's a 2v3, like I believe. And they're hunting down an opponent.
Here. 80 damage on that shield. Enemies barely able to stay behind cover. Ooh, huge explosives coming out, breaking down a lot of the walls. Shots coming out from both sides.
This fight's going both ways, man.
Oh, he is now backed into the corner, and he gets the kill. Barely able to man, that was a lot of pressure on both players, even though it was a 3v1 at the moment.
I believe there is. Okay, so that was the third. Wow, that was an amazing fight. Actually, they were able to clean that up really quickly. Now they have themselves all the loot that they could ask for. Their materials looking very, very healthy as well. They're in a decent spot in zone right now, so they can probably just look to aggress other teams and try to whittle other teams' shields down as they rotate in. It's going to be the fight over at Risky. We're seeing a team at Rift Off in the air. It's permissible. Bad Poe. Dog and soccer fan. They're just going to be looting around, being a little bit careful. Looks like they come across some chilies.
Yeah, their next zone didn't look too good. Looks like we got a sniper in the bush looking at that high ground. Ooh, they have decided to take shots, and they are receiving shots as well from the tower. I don't think any contact.
They do have the bush advantage, though.
But yeah, they are difficult to hit because it's hard to see someone who is in a bush. Trying to break down those walls, I guess. Use a bit of resources from the enemies. but it doesn't. They're too far apart. There's not really much chance of either team getting much out of that fight. They decided to leave it alone.
So they're just going to rotate out. Oh, and we saw one of the teams playing the placement game, playing it smart, trying to stay out of trouble. Aqua's team is rotating out using the dead side rotation that we talked about in the previous weeks. That's the rotation where teams decide to rotate along a trajectory path that leaves you away from the majority of the teams. So usually dead side rotates are the rotations that you see where players don't really, get aggressed or looked at by other players, and they're able to pretty much get in scot-free without even having to build most of the time.
That's my favorite type of rotation.
So now we're seeing some of the teams starting to cascade in. Looks like this zone right now is pulling towards the desert biome, so we're going to see a lot of open fights here. Materials are going to get used a lot. However, with that desert biome, there are a lot of brick structures and brick items to hit to regain your items. Now we're seeing North OC, the good old bush camping strategy.
Yeah, I mean, it does work. They're able to keep a pretty good eye, especially in the desert here. There's not too much, like, in terms of high ground, at least nearby where they are. They're able to keep an eye on all of those cliffs pretty easily from this perspective. They are taking shots occasionally, though, it looks like, which could prove to be a bit risky in this moment, but it doesn't look like.
Keep in mind, Mantis, they are taking shots, and shots are being taken at them, and they don't have any white or blue heals. At least the players that we saw didn't have any blue heals, only had like one white heal. Right now, we're looking at Condog. This is one of the players that we were talking about earlier, or that we saw earlier in a fight. Looks like he is now a solo who's down for the count. He's just going to go ahead and try and pick up this med mist for heals. Very risky that he's running towards a bush while healing and not a weapon out. But there's no one in the bush.
Ooh, right after using that, he found a flopper, which would have been really helpful at the moment. But now the unfortunately. But
now he's going to need to look for some shields. There is a chest. There's some minis over there. I don't think he saw the minis. He's more worried about his rotation.
Yeah, definitely.
And I believe that was an opponent that we actually saw rotate directly across the screen.
Jump scare there. He's surviving
good solo
well,
rotation in. Yeah. Good solo rotation. We have the other players using old builds. Oh, and it looks like he's hopping into the box. He missed the pump shot.
Oh,
he went for
man.
the pickaxe there. I don't think it was on purpose. I think he meant to weapon switch there. Unfortunately, switched to the pickaxe. And during that little lapse in, pulling out the pickaxe, that's when the opponent landed the pump shot and finished the fight with him.
The shotguns are
so instead of being able to pick up a kill, he ended up losing, the fight and sent back to the lobby.
Let's see. Oh. Is that
and I believe this team is actually being flushed out right now. This is that flare gun that I was. And their grenades coming out. We're seeing teams get shredded. Actually,
their shields.
I actually think they did more damage than they got taken.
Their builds are all taking damage.
Burning,
though. That's a bit tough. They're trying to stay in cover, but their builds are all connected to that fire. Looks like they switched to metal though to prevent that. They are on the outside of the zone. Okay, they just decided to rotate to high ground. Good choice there. Not too much of a risk.
They're more or less in here, Mantis. I'm not sure if there's anyone in that building ahead. Oh, there was someone in the building ahead. So they're gonna have to be careful on that high ground there. However, they can use some of their brick to just box up and play passive.
Yeah.
We're go back to Aqua's team, finding themselves in a new bush. looks like new zone, new bush. That's the phrase that Aqua is going with here. They do have an angle on one of the players getting shot at by another opposing team. They might go for the third party here, but keep in mind they are against zones. Their back is literally against the back of zone.
Yep.
They're getting pushed in right now. They did find a Spider-Man mythic.
Oh man.
So now we're seeing Alex Newbie taking some shots off on high ground.
Yeah. Oh, 80 damage.
He hit
90 damage.
He hit the sniper.
He's in white damage or white health now. And he's getting pushed by the zone. That they're basically camping this now. He's got nowhere to go. Taking a lot of damage. He's definitely being down. Yep, and there they got taken out. Big plays here from
getting choked out in the back of zone. A lot of third parties, a lot of tagging going on. There's just so much people, so much eyes like being, paid attention towards this fight. With how many eyes on, you really have to be careful about boxing up and taking the engagements that you do have to take, especially when you have zone pushing against you and you have other teams that are already situated in zone. They don't have to go anywhere. You know, so you do have to be careful about which angles and which fights you're taking. Sometimes it's a smarter decision to rotate in. However, you know, that didn't really seem to be an issue for this team right here. Alex Newby and King are still alive. They are in the edge of zone. However, they have a player right underneath them.
Yep.
Both teams are going to have to rotate here. So they're either going to force this 50-50 or they're going to go ahead and let the team rotate and then follow behind quickly after.
I believe they are going for this fight here. I mean, you can see him shooting at that wall there, taking down the enemy's resources. They are being forced off of the high ground basically by the zone. And I mean, getting a bit of resources there. Oh yeah, they are quite low on mats.
That's something that they have to. Oh, and it's Ackworth again. New zone, new bush.
Did I call it or what?
Continued. You did absolutely call it. But to be honest with you, it is working because this is a team that is probably spending the least amount of mats while taking the least amount of damage.
Yeah.
That's a win in my book in all situations, no matter how you look at it. Now, things might be different if they get caught out and they get shot or, you know, a grenade is thrown their way. But so far, they've been really patient with the shots. It looks like they're just trying to acquire a lot of battle information, a lot of map information, trying to figure out where everyone is, the layers that everyone's on. We are now left with 7 other players apart from this trio that we're watching right now. They're keeping a close eye on everyone. And it seems this is a solo with his duo who's down for the count. He's currently in zone right now. He's going to claim the 10. He's going to sit in the 10. That's actually not a bad play. However, we do know that the 10s do make noise. So any experienced player, which I assume would be majority of these players, will probably spot that out very quickly. Another solo here, caught in the edge of zone. Looks like he's on a medium to high elevation here. He might be second height here. I'm not too sure. This could be an issue for him if height does decide to aggress him. However, there's a bunch of other teams, not bunch, but there are other teams that height will look down and be able to aggress. And speaking of height, it looks like height actually isn't even that high up. It's about 3 or 4 layers up from the ground.
Yeah, he saw that.
To be completely honest with you,
It was
Mantis, that's
very
not high
tempting.
at all.
No, yeah, he's basically even with them as well, although he's dropped to collect that loot. Doing a rotation here into
This
zone.
is a very interesting play. I would like to point out the fact that he did decide to rotate before using the mini shields.
Oh, it didn't play
And
out
it-
well for him, yeah.
And it caused him to die. He did have a few seconds. Let's break that down for a second. I know we're watching another team fight another team. We're seeing the boom snipers play. I think I know who this is. I think I know who that is on height. We saw it last week. We're seeing it again. I believe that's going to be North or OC, if not another team. This boom strategy play, so good right now. Because all you have to do is essentially just continue spamming and raining down these clingers, essentially, that are running off sniper ammo.
Yeah, they'll basically just deal a lot of damage to builds and especially players if you are able to hit those targets. Get that delayed explosive damage. Ooh, shotgun dropping down. Anonymous with the no shield health remaining. He's forced to stuck between builds, players, and zones right now. Oh, he was
Ooh,
knocked.
it looks like he was stuck between zone and a hard
Yeah.
place.
Like 3 hard places. Oh, and that was the win.
That's going to be
coming out.
GG's. Well played. It looks like it's Yuki's team who managed to close it up. They dropped one of the players. They sent 2 of the players down from the high ground to finish off the play. They saw that the last team was stuck in the very back of zone. They're like, you know what? Let's go choke them out, drop down, and finish it up. And that's exactly how it played out. GG's and well played to Yuki and his team. We're going to go ahead and get ready for the next game, and we'll see you for game number 2. All right, we are back for game number 2 for the gold division. We are in game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we're taking a look at Salt Lake City. It looks like their drop spot is going to be the Joneses. There is a mythic Spider-Man, 2 potential mythic Spider-Man spawns here, right by them. So this is a really, really good drop spot for them, actually. Off to the side.
Yeah, looks like we've got another team over here at the top of the mountain. Good loot, good protection physically. It's difficult to gain that height. Again, it's the early game, just no fights noticed so far. Oh, actually, we do have some enemies. So it sounds like they're breaking in here in the daily boat. I can't speak.
Looks like we have a team right now just trying to hide from the player above them. I know there's a team above them. It looks like the third teammate is rezzing the second teammate right now. Actually, it was canceled.
No,
there's a player on the open trying to run into the building. But remember, there's players on top of him.
Yeah,
he has to be
there are
careful
players
here.
everywhere here. This is a pretty busy place. It just being another sort of central location, like we were talking about Tilted Towers earlier. Ooh, getting beamed from
And he
behind.
gets a shield.
Ooh.
Torn off, unfortunately.
Gets
he spent
from the other side now. Oh, that is unlucky.
He spent too much time looking at the other direction. Looks like his opponent knocked 2. 3!
Oh.
Cereal Bowl makes quick work of that trio. Wipes out the entire teammate by himself. Oh wait, no, that was not Cereal Bowl. Sorry, that was Zwallify. Zwallify got a solo trio there. That was actually insane. We saw one player wipe out 3 people within the span of a few seconds, all by himself.
Yeah, and like he had his team nearby, but like they didn't, like he did that all on his own. Yeah, he didn't need them.
Hopping around the map, we're just taking a look at all the teams right now. They should be just doing their typical mid-game stuff right now, just looting around, trying to get their mats up. There is a new, I guess, I don't know really, NPC per se. I guess there's a new thing in this, there's a new animal, I guess. It is called the Colombo. It is like a giant, dragon-sized animal that you can't really kill, I don't think. I don't think you can eliminate this thing, but basically you feed it, you know, some items and it'll basically upgrade the items for you. You can feed it some fruits. You can use it as a launch pad. Pretty interesting. We haven't seen one yet, but he was holding some of the berries that the Colombo does like to eat. So that was new to this patch. Pretty interesting. Right now we're taking a look at Spider-Man Bridge. And it's going to be Hank, 2029, and his team, who's able to grab the Spider-Man Mythic for their team. We are hearing shotgun shots coming out from the distance, so that's probably going to be his team caught in an engagement right now. Not exactly sure if it's his team or another team's, but we did see some fights going off. Those fights are no longer heard, so I think that fight's over.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, their team's leading the bridge fine. Nothing too risky at the moment there. Again, still, like, no interactions between teams yet that we've seen anyway. Not too many anyway.
Nothing yet.
Like
we are seeing a team sitting in the ferns looking for another team, but no, they're not gonna take a fight there. Oh, and this is gonna be... It actually looks like the gold teams are way more spread out. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It makes sense too, because you want a lot of these gold players are experienced players, and they know that there's no reason. You don't really gain anything from fighting apart from a few elimination points, which you'll make up for just by staying alive anyways. And these guys would rather make sure that they have everything they need to fight how they want to fight.
Yeah, if you may have seen a pro game, like half of the people are still alive in like the last couple zones.
Yes, that's actually a very fair point to bring up. In the pro lobbies, there usually is around 60, 70 players. There's actually usually 90 players in first zone, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And so, yeah, that's pretty cool to be seeing some where like difference or some like similar gameplay level with gold. Right, got a lot of hiking going on. Still just resource gathering. Ooh, we do have a fight breaking out here. Two teams decided to take the same ooh, unfortunately he does miss a build and drops down underneath them. He does have enough resources to make himself cover, but he does only have wood remaining.
He's only got 25 builds left. Is it enough? He doesn't know how many he's going against. This could be a whole duo. It looks like it's a duo.
It is, yeah. He's certainly using
it's
up
a
their
trio.
ammo. Gets a bit of damage on their shields there. Another bit. 22. His shields are almost low. Oh man, yeah, his
this might
his
be the end of
teammate's
the
been
line for
killed.
him.
So yeah, that unfortunate there. I don't think either of them were planning to engage there initially. They both sort of took that hill at the same time and ran into each other, and it worked out for one team more than the other.
And we actually just saw our player get launched into the sky.
Oh man,
He takes fall damage. He got hit by a
missed the
vehicle.
water as well. Unfortunate there. It looks like across the right outside their box fight, the team is pushing in on him. We've got
And then we have the wolves with a third party.
yeah. Oh man.
You've got a lot going on here. Fire desert wrapping around the outside.
The enemy team does have the high ground on them, but yeah, that flank. Oh, he was not able to pay off with that flank. It's only Void left standing here, trying to go up and out.
Void is trying to rotate out. He doesn't want anything out. I think his teammates either told him to get out or he's just said, hey guys, I can't help you. It's a 1v3. I'm out. I'm going to get some placement points for us. You know, don't hate me for it, but at least we get points.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable, especially in this chaotic situation. They were not expecting to take another fight there already.
Oh, right now we're seeing Jonathan getting beamed from above.
Trying to
I'm
block
not sure
as
what
much
team it
damage
is
as
that's
possible.
fine.
Oh man.
He is with the rest of his team though, so it's not, you know, the end of the world. However, we're seeing the nades come in, we're seeing the spam come in. His team, Zelik, just drops in and takes out Mr. Duke right there.
That
Or sorry, it was
almost able
Balberto.
to survive with that health pot or shield pot, but he was not quite enough to survive that shotgun blast from right up close. And he was taken out with it. Let's see.
So right now we're looking at the second zone right now with 22 squads remaining, 51 players left. Looks like this team is playing very aggressively. Looks like they have a decent amount of mats. They have a decent amount. They have pretty good loot. They have chili chugs. They've got a lot of heals. So they have everything they need to continue fighting all the other teams.
Yeah, not much. Like they're just clearing out the area there. Looks like. Looks like this team's
Hopping
trying
around,
to
let's just-
take higher ground. Yeah. Switching around, look for a new fight here. Ooh, this player is solo at the moment. Does sound like there is a shotgun nearby. Ooh.
And it looks like he's trying to find an angle to catch his opponents off guard, and he found it. Unfortunately, he was the one
Ooh,
caught off guard.
opponents found it as well. Yep.
So
Drops
he's like,
into
"Nope,
that
I'm good."
car. It just gets out of there as fast as possible.
Doesn't want anything to do with that fight. He's like, you know what, guys, that was a lapse in judgment. I'm just gonna get out of here.
Definitely going for the placement
See you guys
points
later.
at that point. Yeah. Oh man, this is making me dizzy. All the jumping in and out of that car. Let's see what we got here.
So we're seeing
Zone.
Ackworth, the famous bush treaders.
Let's see. There's no bushes in sight. Oh my. Whatever will they do?
So they're probably just going to rotate in. There's still only 41 players remaining outside of them.
You know what?
In my opinion, they are on the dead side of zone. They have a tornado right by them for easy rotation as well. Also, that tornado is new in the update.
Hey,
it
look.
actually is basically a free launch.
You know what? They may have this a strategy. If they use bushing or jumping in those bushes for the placement in the first round, they're basically using their first round as the safe round, and then they could go for picks in the second round. I don't know if that's their strategy, but that's something they could be thinking about when they're planning this.
It could be. I mean, they're instead of hiding in them, they're breaking them now.
Yeah.
So you might be right, Mantis. You might be right. Maybe they do. That is an active strategy because remember, it's not based winners off game. It is winners based off of the entire cumulative score of the season.
Exactly. Yeah. So
strategies like that do come into play. So thank you for pointing that out, Mantis.
Yeah.
It's actually very valid. And gold is the higher skill division, so we're most likely going to see something like that.
Yeah, if everyone plays safe the second round, then nobody's gonna kill him. So then this team is gonna be the one to kill him. That's their idea, I'm pretty sure. All right, looking around, looks like this player's on solo, playing for placement as well. Most
His
of
teammates
the
are
players
out of the count for now.
Yeah.
He does have the reboots, or no, he doesn't have the
does
reboots
not,
either.
Yeah, they are slowly fading away, and I don't think they are anywhere nearby. Alright, we do have a full squad here.
GTX is using the flare gun as a recon
Or a full
to
trio.
try and find players.
Yeah, just throwing it out there, hoping it finds something. Didn't look like it worked out as well as he'd hoped, but I mean, I'm guessing they didn't need it for anything in particular. Oh, getting shot.
Oh, wait, they're all
over
on a
the
team.
place. Yeah, no, they're nearby. I saw shots coming around. It looked like the back and forth of that car movement was able to dodge it. They have spotted some players in like 3 different locations now. It looks like there's...
And they managed to
wow.
shoot him out of the sky, and the player gets knocked out from the sky. He's not going to be able to meet up with his team, which I believe are those 2 on the right across the river. Looks like they're going to go ahead and close this. No, I might be mistaken. It might have been
I
whole
think it
other...
was 2 teams, yeah. And I think there's a third one on their left somewhere as well, who's probably going to third party this fight afterwards, or fourth party in that case. Yeah, they're going for that elimination. Oh, and another team.
And there's another team right there, the fourth party.
Looks like he's got pinned down, nowhere for him to move. He is open on his back there, and that team's
He's taking advantage of the
still
angle,
watching it.
the double window edit there coming
That's
in.
pretty
That's
cool,
actually, that's pretty nice. That's pretty smart thinking. Not only is he like
He's helping his
minimizing the
teammates
risk of
stay
him
alive
being
as well
shot
there.
with one window, he's using 2 windows to further minimize it. However, his back was open there, so that's kind of an interesting point.
Yeah.
They do have to rotate here, Mantis, because they're not in zone. However,
Oh, they did use the
the other
flag
team
gun.
isn't in zone either. But this team actually has the better, closest rotation as opposed to the other teams.
Yeah, they are
We're seeing
able
the shield
to
break coming out
hold
there.
off the enemy team from getting into the zone potentially.
You're right, Mantis. They also do have the Spider-Man Mythic, so they could make use of that to rotate. And that player down to a sliver of health. Did he get the knock? I'm not
I
sure.
don't think so. It looked like his shield health was just broken there. I'm pretty sure, but I might have misread it. Oh, they're trying to zip by on the right side of this this road here. Looks like they are. Well, they're getting somewhere, but I don't think it's out. Still controlling high
One
ground.
of the players gets knocked.
Ooh. Fighting in zone as well, taking a lot of damage there. Oh man, they're trying to hold us this team, but at
man.
what cost? It's cost at least 1 teammate so far, maybe 2 at this rate. Yeah, no, that looks like they're not going to be able to escape that zone. Oh, they do get that pick though. Ooh, spot
There's some
someone
good teamwork
flying
coming out
there.
from there. Anime Girl might have just saved the teammate's life. Also
Yeah, it does
seeing
look
another
like they
opponent.
escaped. Oh no,
Might
they
have
did get
forgotten that
knocked.
zone was on their back though.
Yeah,
Oh, and there's another fight going on right here.
jumping in
opponent's
for
trying
a
to come in.
third partying.
Oh.
Nice, gets that pick. Gets the
The
finish.
opponent just wasn't ready for him hopping in the box.
Yeah, it looked like they were just under some other pressure as well, and so they were not prepared for a third party.
So I think we're going to see the dead side rotate from that person. So let's go ahead and take a look at a different perspective. It's Ackworth!
Hey, in the bush.
Back at it again. Man, I love this team.
I don't even
love
need
watching
to see
this
their
team.
name
This
to see
is
who it is. Just see the bush.
See, this is a team I can relate with.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't have the skill because we've seen them fight.
Yeah.
It's that they really just why build when you can hide in a bush? Why? You know, why waste your materials? They're getting free placement. This is actually very, very smart. Chances are they're going to come across a player who randomly decides to walk into this bush, and that's going to be a free kill for them because it's going to be a 3v1.
Yeah, and they've got. They're actually sitting behind this other team right now, potentially going in. Oh,
And we have a distant cousin
oh,
of the bush campers.
oh! Come on, get! Oh,
He doesn't have the sniper here, Mantis. So I don't think he'll take the shot. I don't think he'll take the shot because he doesn't have a sniper here. But it was so tempting.
Exactly.
Seeing the trigger discipline on that player is something else, to be honest with you. I would not be able to hold myself off that long at all.
Oh, man.
We're seeing another team. Looks like they're situated in a pretty good spot right now, actually, except they are being bombarded with the boom snipers. That could be an issue. The nest goes down. Last remaining player, Anonymous 318, boxing up in the very back of zone as a solo. Hopefully the other teams don't catch him off guard. Uh-oh. Here they come.
I think he is going to be pushed here, yeah. Right next to that that supply crate as well. Being able to kill him would secure a good bit
we're
of
seeing
loot.
teams snipe each other off.
Damage there. Crazy shot across the map. Oh, he actually pushed up on him, probably using the Spider-Man mythic there. They were not there a second ago. We are trying to take cover on the back of this hill. It does seem to be working out in their favor, except that they have been given up their high ground.
They boxed a player. A player accidentally flies into the box.
They do get 96 damage on it. And they ran away after that hit. And I think they're feeling much safer after that, although not that safe. Let's see there.
Taking a look at Zelik. Zelik is the last. No, he still has his teammate. Zolify is also still here with him. They do know there's a player in their lair right here. They're trying to figure him out. They're about to hop in.
Ooh,
they get the knock.
With that build control, yep, they're able to utilize the edits to get that kill.
You hear a lot of footsteps going around in the area. Zolify taking a look.
Oh, it looks like
Finds
he
the
spotted
opponent.
them down there, yeah.
And they get the beam.
Nice.
They take him out.
Get that beam.
Zolify and his duo still remaining. They couldn't save his teammate.
Nobody
but they just
has
might save the loot.
collected the supply drop. I think that they're using it as bait mostly for the enemies. Because they have everything.
They might be a
need.
little too busy to collect the supply drop at this
well,
point
sure,
in time.
yeah. There's that. Everyone's looking at them, so there's no point in going for it if they were to attempt that.
These guys definitely have the high ground though with their height rotation. As you can see, they're just bullying everyone off with their boom sniper, taking advantage of the meta of the weapons available.
Ooh, big.
Surely
structure.
it's a little frustrating for the players, but you must give this team credit for knowing how to utilize the weapons that are in the game.
Yep. If it's in the game, it's fair game. It
Yep.
rhymed with
Couldn't
the
have said it
same
better.
word.
Couldn't have said it better. I'm not sure if there's a solo down there. Do we know that?
I don't know. I would not be too
Looks like there
surprised.
isn't.
But yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, and there's a player coming for the height, looks like. Nope.
They're making sure there's no
Oh, there
one in
is a solo.
Oh yeah, there certainly is. Taking a lot of shield damage.
Well, it looks
but
like he takes a little bit of damage
Yeah.
for that. I don't know if that was worth it for him, Mantis.
he
We're
has
coming down to the
minis
last few
to
moments.
survive
Right now, it's the 6th zone, and we're talking 5 squads left. I believe everyone is almost a duo.
Yeah. Looks like these guys have the high ground control right now.
They do, but they have to rotate off. They do have a lot of builds here. I mean, wood specifically, but they're probably going to double tarp ahead. They
they
should
have
probably
to.
drop a layer or two.
Yeah.
All right, and they're just going to go ahead to decide to use the Spider-Man mythic. No one's really taking a look at them.
Looks like they're actually going for low ground here. Might try to retake middle at some point, but yeah, no,
like
they're
actually
actually
going for height
rebuilding.
again.
Yeah, that's a smart move too. You get more structure out of that as opposed to building all the way across.
And now that other player can connect. There we go.
That's pretty
We're
smart.
seeing the last few moments. And the
Oh,
player
big
didn't
knock
have their
there.
side protected. This is what it means to have a teammate.
Only 10 damage from the sniper. Wow.
We're seeing the last few moments of the fight break out. We do have a player sitting in a cone. Anonymous 318 sitting in a cone, holding on for dear desperate life. He does have a lot of materials, but that doesn't really mean anything when you're getting bombarded with grenades, with rocket launchers, with boom snipers. There's so much going on, you don't really know what's going on. We have Salt Lake City 1, a really, really vivacious player. Unfortunately, doesn't
he's
build
not
in
able to,
time,
yeah.
can't make it. So he's cut off now. Now it looks like it's a 2v1v1v1.
I think we have a... Yeah. Oh, trying to get out of there. He's got nowhere to go.
Boom sniper.
I'm guessing they've got limited materials. So yeah, that boom sniper is definitely pressuring the high ground control at the moment.
Boom sniper. This is This is going to be unfortunate to watch. This is going to be a little rough to watch, but let's go ahead and cheer our buddy on. He is a solo going against the full trio. Again, it's North OC against our solo. Mr. Anonymous 318. Show us what you got. It's your time to shine. He is in a 3v1 fight and a build fight. He looks like he's going up. All the players are also trying to go up as well.
And they
Unfortunately, he can protect all his angles. Mantis and Mr. Drew Claps. It's going to be XP League North OC taking home the victory royale in game number 2 for the gold division. GG's and well played. Again, it's a back-to-back weekend win for this team right here. XP League North OC, I don't know what you guys are doing, but keep doing it. You guys are doing great. We'll see you guys back again for the next set of games next week right here on Triangle XPL. Be sure to hit that follow button. Also, make sure that notification bell is turned on, so if in case you are in the middle of something, if in case you do forget, you will get notified, and you guys will be able to hop into the stream as soon as we're live. Thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Kaz, here with my co-caster Mantis.
Yep. And we will see you next week for the Fortnite games then. All right.